Do you think AI tools are expensive or just hype? Let me tell you how to actually use them for free to save hours, grow your business and finally stop feeling stuck. If you're tired of wasting time and getting nowhere online, keep watching because this could change the game for you. Now before we get started, can I ask one small favour? If you like what I do here, can you please hit the subscribe button? That keeps me energized to bring you more content. Thank you very much. Let's get started. Let's get started with tip number 1, which is to use free AI tools to save time on content creation. I recommend starting with ChatGPT free version to brainstorm some content, especially if you're always second guessing yourself. Most people hit a wall when they try to create content because they're overthinking what their audience really wants. Now ChatGPT gives you creative momentum by offering 10, 20 or even 50 ideas that are tailored to your niche. It takes you from what should I post to which of these awesome ideas should I do first. That shift alone makes you feel like a creator and not a chaser. Now you can use Writesonic's free plan to generate full-length posts that sound just like you without spending hours staring at a blank document. I've had people tell me they used to spend 3+ hours writing a blog post and then still hated how it sounded. Now after plugging their notes into Writesonic, they got a finished draft in under 20 minutes. But here's the real transformation. They started actually publishing because the fear of writing was gone. Now if you're always drowning in scattered notes and half-written content, Notion AI gives you back control. You can take your messy brainstorms and plug them into a Notion page and let the AI restructure everything into clear and readable content. Now one freelancer told me that she felt like she had brain fog for many months until she saw her thoughts neatly organized in front of her. Now that clarity gave her confidence to launch her first offer. Now one of the best things you can do is to level up your presence without hiring anyone is using Tome.app. This free AI powered storytelling tool can design an entire presentation, a portfolio or even a client pitch that looks like it came from a creative agency. A client of mine used it to pitch a new service and closed a $2,000 deal. She almost didn't try because her presentation looked like she's been doing it for years. Confidence through design is a game changer. So you can plan an entire month of content in under an hour using Trello and ChatGPT, and it removes decision fatigue completely. Now I would suggest creating a board with categories like story posts, teaching posts, carousels and quotes. And then you can just ask ChatGPT to fill out each with ideas tailored to your audience's struggles. That shift, you're no longer reacting every day. You're strategically creating, and that's how real brands are now built. Now, Canva's Magic Write does more than just help you write some captions. It helps you show up online. When your ideas are strong but you don't know how to phrase them, this tool bridges the gap. I helped a business owner go from I don't know what to post to scheduling 14 days of branded content, all using Canva AI. Her following grew, but more importantly, she felt like she finally had a voice again. Now perfectionism keeps creators broke. Imperfection content gets you noticed. Most people waste many months trying to create the perfect post first, perfect first video or even the perfect first sales page. But using free AI tools gives you a test and learn mindset. Now a creator that I worked with made her first TikTok using AI assisted scripts and it flopped. Her 5th one went very viral. The difference, she just kept moving and kept changing. Now, I've put together some free training resources to help you build an online income stream using AI. Go and click the link below in the description to learn more. Now back to the video. Let's now move on to tip number 2, which is to automate boring tasks with free AI tools. If you're still doing every task manually, then you're silently sabotaging your growth. Zapier's free plan lets you automate the stuff that drains your energy. I helped a creator link up her YouTube uploads to send automated emails, update her content calendar, and even notify her assistant, all with zero coding. Now what changed? She started feeling like a business owner instead of just a content hamster on a wheel. Now a coach I know used Zapier to create a full back-end funnel without touching it daily. When someone filled out her type form, their info went into her her CRM, and they got a personalized welcome email and she got notified. She told me it's like I hired an assistant without hiring anyone. That's the shift from chaos to control without needing a tech team. Now, a smart way for you to protect your time is to automate your most common questions. If you're answering the same DMs or client emails 20 times a week, then Tidio's free AI chatbot can do that for you. And no, it's not impersonal, it's professional. A client of mine used it and saved 5+ hours a week while still giving visitors a helpful experience. That's time she now spends coaching clients, not chasing inboxes. Now, if your email is a stress zone, Gmail's Smart Compose is your secret weapon. Most people spend way too much time writing long replies to basic questions. Let the AI suggest the first sentence so you don't stare at a blinking cursor for 10 minutes. It's not about being lazy, it's about keeping your focus where it belongs, on your business growth. Now, Calendly plus AI reminders removes all the friction from booking calls and looking credible. A personal brand coach that I worked with told me that she used to spend 2 to 3 days emailing back and forth just to set up one meeting. Now her leads book directly, get follow-up reminders and show up ready to buy. She told me, I feel like a real business. That's the transformation. So if you want your emails to work while you sleep, MailerLite and ChatGPT subject lines are pure leverage. I had a client with a dead email list and no energy to write any new emails. So we used ChatGPT to create a welcome sequence, and then we plugged it into her MailerLite's free plan. Now, by doing this, her open rates hit 40% and she booked her first discovery call in months. It felt like her business woke up again. So don't fall for the do it all yourself myth. It's glorified burnout. Real success doesn't come from working harder, it comes from building smarter systems using AI. Now, automating just 3 tasks could give you back the time that you need to start living your vision and not just surviving your to-do list. Let's now move on to tip number 3, which is to use AI for free to research your audience and niche. If you're unclear about who your audience really is, you're building blindfolded. Perplexity.ai and Google Bard don't just give surface answers, they give you insights straight from conversations, online forums, and recent trends. I had a freelancer use Bard to find exact phrases his audience was using, and he rewrote his entire service page around that. His inquiries doubled in just 2 weeks. Now, I would suggest that you use Answer the Public to see the exact questions that people are actively searching for on Google, because your ideal clients are already asking for help. Now, one service provider changed her Instagram bio after seeing this question. How can I freelance while working full time was trending. Her DMs went from crickets to conversations. That's the power of being in sync with what people really want. Now, if you want a strategy that very few people are using, then study Reddit threads and ask ChatGPT to summarize the pain points. You'll get some raw emotional language that most marketers really miss. Now, one of my clients used a thread from Reddit to shape her lead magnet, using the exact words that people were posting in frustration on Reddit, and her opt-ins shot up because people finally felt like she really gets me. Now, here's a goldmine that many people often miss. You can use Amazon and Trustpilot reviews of similar products or services. You can find what people hate about what's already out there. I helped a creator build an entire course based on 1-star course reviews that complained about information overload. She made hers ultra simple and her students raved about the clarity. You can use Ubersuggest's free keyword research tool to find low competition ideas that still have some strong intent. I had a beginner coach use this to find how to start a service business with no clients, and created a lead magnet around that subject line, around that topic, and she got 100+ downloads in just her first week. That's what really happens when you target real people with real pain points and not just trending buzzwords. Now, most people think that they're too late, but really they're just too vague. The people winning right now are getting hyper specific. AI helps you uncover these micro niches that feel tailor-made. Once your audience says, this is exactly for me, then you've already won. If you want to test if your offer really stands out, then just go to ChatGPT and ask it, why would someone choose my brand over X? If the answer feels generic, your positioning needs some work. I've had clients realize they sounded exactly like 10 other businesses, but once we got clear on their real voice, their people found them like magnets. Let's now move on to tip number 4, which is to use free AI to improve your offers and sales copy. If your sales copy sounds like everyone else's, then you're invisible. I suggest using ChatGPT to rewrite your offer using your audience's pain points and not features. For example, boost productivity with our app became finally get through your to-do list without any anxiety. That's not just copy, it's relief in a sentence. That's the kind of shift that can 3 times your conversion rate. Now, I'd also suggest to use real stories, but let AI shape them into headlines that actually sell. I had a client who casually mentioned, I signed my first client in 11 days, and we used ChatGPT to turn that into a headline. From zero confidence to paid in 11 days. It wasn't hype, it was her real story, framed to create belief in someone else's mind. So forget the generic how-to titles. Ask A for curiosity-driven hooks based on some emotion, like what if your procrastination is actually a system problem and not a you problem. That angle stops the scroll and more importantly, it shifts the beliefs. That's what turns passive readers into buyers. Now, I helped a coach write a 5-part email sequence where each email had a mini story about her personal struggles. Her audience felt her. The result, the replies were like, I've never felt so seen. That connection led to $5,000 in client work just that month. Sales didn't come from pushy, they came from her resonating. Your first draft is not your final answer, it's your launch pad. So you can use AI to get the bones down fast and then breathe life into it after that. One student used this process and told me, this is the first time I've ever felt proud of what I actually wrote. Confidence breeds action. Now, Grammarly's tone tool is a secret weapon that sounds like you and not a robot. I had a client whose copy felt too stiff until we used Grammarly to adjust the tone to friendly and bold, and the result was people said it felt like you were talking to me. That connection builds more trust. So you can use this copy formula, emotion to belief shift to action. For example, you're not lazy, you've just been taught to work in a way that doesn't work for you. Let me show you what actually does. That structure made one client's post go viral. Why? Because it didn't just sell, it freed people. Let me now give you tip number 5, which is to use free AI tools to research, validate, and improve your digital product ideas. If you're stuck wondering what to sell, I recommend using ChatGPT to help you reverse engineer your audience's biggest pain. You can literally type, what problems do beginners, coaches, and freelancers, content creators face? And it will spit out a goldmine of emotional pain points to you. I had a creator use this to discover that her audience wasn't just busy, they were overwhelmed by choosing which idea to start with. So that's when she created a decision-making toolkit that sold like crazy. The key thing here is don't just ask, what can I sell? Ask what's hurting people enough to pay for some relief. Now, a smart way for you to validate your idea before wasting weeks building it is to use Google Trends and Reddit and ChatGPT. Google Trends shows if people are actively searching for your topic. Reddit will show you how people feel about it, and ChatGPT can summarize the patterns. Now, one of my students wanted to create a digital planner. Super saturated, we thought, but after digging into Reddit, we found people complaining about planners that don't work for neurodivergent brains. That became her unique angle. The planner wasn't new, but the way she positioned it made it a good fit for a lot of people. Now, if your product ideas feel too vague, then use Answer the Public to make it more specific. You type in a phrase like freelancing or email marketing, and it shows you the exact questions that people are typing into Google. A freelancer that I know used this to discover that people weren't just asking questions such as how to get clients. They were Googling How to Get Freelance Clients Without a Portfolio. That became the title of her digital guide. The real transformation happens when your offer answers a very specific problem that people are already trying to solve and looking for on Google. Now, to help you refine your product or offer, I would suggest that you use a free tool like canny.io to collect and organize some feedback. Now, most people just ask friends, why would you buy this? And then get some vague answers. But when you get a simple feedback board and let people vote or comment on what features they want, then you get some real data. I helped a course creator use this trick during her beta launch. And the number one feature her audience wanted wasn't more videos, it was swipe files. So adding those took one afternoon and doubled her signups. Now, one powerful yet underrated trick is asking ChatGPT to play devil's advocate against your product idea. Just type into ChatGPT, what are the top 5 reasons someone wouldn't buy this? That alone can save you from launching something that doesn't really connect. A client of mine was planning to launch a workshop about pricing, but ChatGPT pointed out that her audience might not feel ready to price. So we changed the angle to how to feel confident charging for your work. Same content but a completely different emotional hook, and it landed 10 times better. Now, to help you craft your offer, name and tagline, you can use the free AI tool Namelix. It generates brandable names, but here's the twist. You simply feed it your product's transformation, not just keywords. A creator used this and ended up with Inbox Freedom instead of Email Systems Masterclass. This was way more emotional and way more clickable, and yes, it was totally free. Now, the big myth is thinking that you have to wait until you've built the whole product to start selling. That's backwards. I would suggest that you validate it before you build it. Tools like Gumroad or Lemon Squeezy let you pre-sell a digital product using just a mock-up and a landing page. Now, a creator that I know made $700 pre-selling a Notion template that didn't even exist yet. That gave her the motivation and the proof to finish it, and her audience felt like insiders, not buyers. That's community and cash flow. Let's now move on to tip number 6, which is to use free AI tools to create consistent, high converting content. If you're constantly stuck on what to post, I recommend using ChatGPT and Glasp, a free browser extension, to instantly turn other people's ideas into fresh content with your own voice. Here's how it works. You highlight insights from articles, YouTube transcripts or tweets, and Glasp saves them. Then you feed those highlights into ChatGPT with a simple prompt like, turn this into a LinkedIn post for a service-based business. Now, I've seen people build 30 days of value-packed content in under an hour with this strategy. It's not stealing, it's curating and remixing through your unique lens. That's how creators build authority fast, even with zero original ideas. Now, one of the best things you can do is turn one piece of long-form content into 10 micro pieces with AI for free. Let me give you a real example. A digital coach took a 5-minute unscripted Loom video rant and fed the transcript into Claude, another free AI tool, and asked it to generate a blog post, 3 tweets, a LinkedIn carousel and an email. That one video became her entire week of content, and none of it sounded robotic or generic. You don't need more time, you just need better leverage. If your content feels flat or invisible, I suggest using the free tool Headline Studio by CodeSchedule to test and improve your hooks. This is one of those things that almost no one talks about. You simply paste in your video or your blog headline and it tells you how emotionally compelling it is, and even gives you some suggestions to actually improve it. A student of mine changed how to use AI for free to the best free AI tools that you're not using yet. Same information but got 4 times the clicks. Your content isn't boring, it just needs a better wrapper. Now, if your posts aren't getting much traction, I suggest that you use ChatGPT to reframe them with a story or an aha moment. Here's something that most people never realise. Story-based posts almost always outperform list-style tips. Now, one creator posted, I spent 4 hours making content and got 3 likes, and then I asked ChatGPT to turn it into a story and got 300. So don't just give facts, use a short and relatable story, a relatable setup and a transformation. That's what makes content stick and get more shares. Now, you can increase your content's reach without posting more by repurposing your top performing posts with a different angle. and here's how to do it. You simply take your best post, ask ChatGPT to rewrite it from the opposite perspective, such as problem first versus solution first, story versus advice, or emotional versus analytical. Now, one guy I know had a carousel about freelance mistakes that flopped. So ChatGPT rewrote it as what clients wish freelancers knew with the same points, but it hit way harder. Now, if your audience isn't responding very much, maybe it's the framing and not the actual value. Now, to help you create content that leads to sales, I recommend using the free Notion AI or the Copy.ai freemium plan to build mini content funnels. You simply map out 3 posts, one that calls out the problem, one that shifts their belief, and one that points to your offer. A business owner used this to sell her Airtable system with just 3 posts and no sales page. That's the power of using AI to think strategically and not just tactically. So don't just create the content, create a journey. Now, if your biggest block is hitting publish, then try this. Give ChatGPT your rough idea and ask it to make it sound 20% better but still human. A client of mine was stuck rewriting every sentence 10 times before posting. Once she started using this method, her consistency went up and so did her engagement. So don't try to be a perfect writer. Be real with AI as your co-pilot. You don't need to sound like everyone else, you just need to sound more clearer and more concise. Well, that's it for this one. 6 practical tips that you can start using right away. Now, if you're serious about building your online business and creating a sustainable online income, then take the next step now. Click the link below in the description or in the comments and go through to my website where you can find some free training resources to help you get started right away. These free step-by-step resources are designed to guide you through launching a successful online business and generating online income streams. So don't wait, take action today. Click the link below and start your journey right now. And please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. It really does energize and motivate me to create more content for you. Thank you very much indeed. And if you want to connect on social, you can find me on LinkedIn and Instagram. The links are in the description below. Thank you so much for watching and supporting the channel, and have a wonderful day.